Oh, you're acting tough now? You're acting tough now? Behind the bench?
Let me finish, and I'll let you speak, all right?
Yelling at me now?
Yes.
That constitutional? I would like for everything to be dismissed, if it pleases the court. It don't matter, because I don't understand how y'all run y'all system. Y'all practice against the law. You are totally infringing on my rights.
All right, folks. This hearing gets intense fast. We're dealing with a sovereign citizen who is completely out of control. Throughout the session, he keeps interrupting, refuses to listen, and even speaks to the judge in a way that crosses the line. On top of that, his audio is so bad, it's hard to even make out what he's saying at times. As you watch, let me know in the comments how you think the judge handled the situation. Personally, I think he did a solid job under tough circumstances, sovereign. Citizen cases are never easy. I'll be jumping in occasionally to share my thoughts as we go along. Let's dive in and take a closer look at what happened.
And it looks like the rest of this stuff, he's already entered a plea into all this stuff.
No, sir. No plea.
Well, that's not what it says here, sir.
I represent myself. I couldn't enter the plea. I never plea. You can check my record for plea.
Oh, maybe I found you guilty then. Yeah.
No, I haven't been. Matter of fact, I came inside there personally a week or so ago. And the young lady, the security officer, came out and said that I'm supposed to report today.
No, this is on some old stuff. All right.
I never entered the plea.
So do you not want the representation of counsel?
No, thank you.
Okay. There you go, Mr. Take. That's your first break of the day, Mr. Soroki. You know what I mean?
Judge, I know how to deal with everybody. So I said I know how to deal with everybody, any type of client.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't want
right,
it. So
I understand.
We can't force it on him.
No, I understand.
Yeah. So you can
take it as a plus.
As for purposes of arraignment, sir, we'll do it like this. I'll enter a not guilty.
Are you talking to Mr. Hicks or Mr. Lee?
Pardon me?
Yes, you should be able to find the first one.
Are you talking to Mr. Hicks or Mr. Lee?
Mr. Hicks, I'm sorry.
Yep, you should be down in area code 929.
Mr. Hicks, for purposes of arraignment, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and give you a $0 bond, all right?
I object, Your Honor. That would be practicing in front of the bench. I object. That would be practicing in front of the bench, practicing law from the bench. You will have to recluse yourself if you hold on to that.
All right. Well, I deny your motion. So go ahead. How do you want to proceed?
I would like for everything to be dismissed, if it pleases the court.
We're only 3 minutes in, and this man is already trying to get his case dismissed. It's honestly hard to take seriously. If these sovereign citizens truly believed the courts had no authority, you'd think they wouldn't show up at all. But instead, they arrive on time, follow courtroom procedures, and then try to argue that none of it applies to them. What exactly are they hoping for? That the judge will just throw out the case and say, you know what, you're right. None of this counts. That's not how the legal system works. I really wish the judge would clearly explain that jurisdiction isn't based on someone's personal beliefs, it's based on facts, like where the crime happened and what the law says. But these individuals often act like their opinions can override legal reality. What do you think the goal is here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I personally feel like he's just trying to drag things out and stall for time. Let's get back to the hearing and see how this plays out.
Deny. What basis?
You haven't even let me tell my grounds.
All right, basis. Give it to me.
For one, a ticket is a bill of attainder. Article 1, Section 9, Clause 3 of the Constitution of the United States, no bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. You can have a written assistance
All right, let me
to
stop.
equity that transmitted into law penalties.
Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. We have, first of all, we have a problem with the transmission. You're breaking up really, really, really bad, and we can't get that on the, turn your video
I
off.
understand.
Maybe turn your video off. That will help. Let's see.
Article 1, Section 9, Clause 3 of the Constitution of the United States, no bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. You cannot have a writ of assistance that has civil equity that transmits into law. Number 2, there is no sworn statement from an injured party. Number 3, the officer did not even sign the ticket. That's under law of penalty of perjury. I'm asking that all of these be dismissed.
All right, I'm going to deny that motion. All right, how else do you want to proceed?
That's your declaratory judgment?
I'm going to deny the motion. I denied the motion.
Okay, let's go to court.
Trial?
It don't matter, because y'all, I don't understand how y'all run y'all system. Y'all practice against the law.
So now, according to this man, the judge is somehow the one breaking the law while he claims to be the only one following it correctly. The irony here is pretty striking. He doesn't actually understand the law, yet he's trying to argue that it judge someone who's spent years studying, practicing, and interpreting it to somehow doing it wrong. It's honestly hard not to shake your head at moments like this. You can tell he's been influenced by a few internet videos and now believes he's an expert. Meanwhile, the judge clearly knows what's happening and remains calm through all the noise. It's just strange, too. See someone so sure of themselves while being so far off base. There doesn't seem to be much reflection or awareness on his part, just a lot of loud claims and frustration with the court. It makes you wonder, is this part of the sovereign citizen mindset, or is something else going on here? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Let's jump back into the hearing and see what happens next.
I'm a common law.
Well, read the court rules, and you'll learn a little something.
The court rules go against the law. Y'all practice against the law, against the Constitution. I'm all common law.
All right. Well, we're beyond that.
Okay.
All right.
So you say. So are you going to prosecute this, or somebody else going to prosecute it?
Stop. Let's not keep going. All right. You want a trial date, or not?
It's up to y'all. Remember, y'all make all the rules.
Trial date. You want to, let's give him a jury trial date.
Jury trial.
Yeah.
How long do I have to turn in my briefs?
I'll give you some dates in a second.
Okay. Scamming. With a smile on your face. If it pleases the court, what jurisdiction are you charging me on?
I asked the question, sir.
I just said if it pleases the court.
I know, and I'm telling you, I asked the questions. I appreciate your respect for the court, but I asked the questions. I told you to read the court rules.
March the 5th. Let me check and see.
The court rules. What jurisdiction are you trying to charge me on?
Is March the 5th a good date for you, sir?
No.
Okay.
June the 11th is going to be the jury trial date.
June the 11th?
June the 11th. So let's put your final pretrial date will be let's see, put that a day before. That way, that'll be the date we'll argue motions on June the 10th. May the 24th will be your motion, and now the
May
city,
24th.
May the 24th, and the city will have 7 days to respond. So the response to the motion will be due by May the 31st.
I appreciate you, Your Honor.
All right, have a very good day, sir. Best of luck to you.
I just did. Thank you.
That wraps up the first hearing, but believe it or not, this man isn't done yet. He's back for round 2, and things are about to get even more intense in this second hearing. He completely loses his temper over what he claims was a scheduling-era small slip of paper with the wrong date. But instead of calmly addressing the issue, he explodes in frustration, taking it out on the judge in a way that crosses a serious line. This is where the situation really escalates, including a direct threat toward the court. Let me know in the comments how you think the judge handled the first hearing. Was it fair? Too lenient? Now, let's dive into the second part of this case. Only gets more heated from here.
What are you here for, sir?
The slip says for Jonathan Reeves.
Jonathan Reeves.
Yes.
I don't know anything about a Jonathan Reeves. Let's see. I don't know anything about a Jonathan Reeves.
Well, I motion for this case. Man.
Are you Mr. Hicks? Are you Albert Hicks?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we're gonna get you your dates. And that Jonathan Reeves,
I already have my dates. I talked to you last week, remember?
I think it's correct.
I have June the 10th and June the 11th.
Very well. Okay, we'll see you back on those dates, sir.
But this matter right here with this Jonathan Reeves.
Well, what does Jonathan Reeves have to do with you?
That's what I'm here for court for today. I'm making a personal special appearance for this.
Okay, I don't know. Who is Jonathan Reeves? Do you know who that is? What does it say on that? Because it sounds like it may be Jonathan Reeves may have stayed at that address at some point and left. I don't know what that's all about.
That's why I'm asking that this case be dismissed. The case is SP 1500-8721.
SP 1500-8721. Okay, that's not
Okay.
Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan Reeves is the officer that apparently wrote the ticket. And that's scheduled for the final pretrial on, I see where he's here today. It says scheduled for pretrial today. But that's all gonna be handled on the 11th of, Jonathan Reeves is supposed to be here on the 11th of June, on the day
I
of
was
trial.
not notified. 11th of June.
Yeah.
How is he going to be here on the 11th of June? And I have Spidell on the 11th of June.
You have a couple of different officers, obviously.
Jonathan Reeves and Spidell has nothing to do with each other.
Well, we're just consolidating. We're having all of them
Why would you do that against my will? Why would you just do that?
I'm doing it because of the judicial economy, sir. So
I'm challenging that one.
Okay, then write a motion, and we'll rule on it. But it's all in the same. We're all going to do it on the same day.
You didn't ask me that.
I don't have to.
You didn't ask me that. You just arbitrarily did it. That's not right. That goes against my rights.
All right. Well, you can put it in a motion, sir.
Well, the whole thing is, I don't know what y'all doing down there, but you are totally infringing on my rights.
It almost feels like the more frustrated this man gets, the worse his microphone sounds like his anger is somehow interfering with the audio. It's becoming hard to hear, and honestly, it's tough to watch. This kind of behavior has unfortunately become pretty common in sovereign citizen cases. Poor video quality, it's bad sound, and arguments that are completely disconnected from reality. What's really surprising is how calmly the judge is handling it all. Most people would have run out of patience a long time ago. Credit where it's due, this judge is staying professional, even as things continue to spiral. And here's what makes it even more baffling. The man doesn't even have his video turned on. He's shouting, arguing, and even making inappropriate comments, all while hidden behind a blank screen. At this point, many judges would have called for contempt, and honestly, it's hard to understand why that hasn't happened yet. What do you think? Should the judge have taken stronger action? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's get back to the hearing and see how it all plays out.
Okay, well, file a motion, sir. That's how you speak to the
Why
court.
would I have to file a motion when you infringed on my rights? And I'm saying it right here, right now.
That's what the court rules are. You gotta follow.
No, it's not. Then show me those rules. Let me see those rules. Send those rules to me.
I don't have to show you anything. That's all public
Oh,
information.
you're acting tough now? You're acting tough now? Behind the bench?
Mr. Hicks. Let's not go there, all right?
My honor, please. I'm bringing up valid litigation for this. I don't know what y'all doing. Y'all can't do anything without my permission. I'm not a ward of the state.
Mr. Hicks.
I'm an unfranchised common law free man.
Mr. Hicks, all I ask you to do is you can file a motion. You can put all of that stuff in the motion.
Yeah, so you can come back and say motion denied, right? Like you did last time.
Well, that's my discretion. If I don't feel that if it doesn't meet the criteria of the law, then that's what my
what jurisdiction are we?
I'm not going to answer this question, sir.
Oh, you're not going to answer the questions? Then I would like to know your status.
You don't ask the questions. I ask the questions. That's how.
You're going to play like that. What is your status? I am a common law free man. What is your status?
Mr. Hicks, I'm about to put you out the room, and I'm going to do that so I don't have to find you in contempt. I don't want to do that. Okay? I'm giving you your opportunity to speak to the court through motions. You have your motion date already set. You can put all of that stuff in the motion, okay? And
why wasn't I notified about this case, this particular?
You are notified. You have it here. You have it there. That's why you zoomed in. All right, Mr. Hicks. All right, now I'm going to give you one last chance to speak, sir. Go ahead and well, before the other litigants come on.
And Your Honor, we're not on the record with Mr. Hicks.
No, we're not on the record.
We should be on the record with Mr. Hicks.
We're not. You don't have a court date today, sir.
I have a court date. I have the paper right in my hand. I have the paper right here in my hand.
In that case number, I told you your court date is, you have motion dates for that. You have
you just told me, you just told me that. What did I have a court date today for? Why did I waste my time to come here just to hear this?
Well, I mean, sometimes that happens. I mean, if you feel that you're wasting your time, then you don't.
It's the fault of mine. It's the fault of 36th District. Y'all asked me to come to Zoom today.
From what I see here, sir, it's it
has pre-trial on here. Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, 9:35 a.m.
All right, let's do this. Let's call the case.
Zoom hearing meeting
Hold on a
for
second.
Jonathan.
Let's call the case. Let's call the case. This is the city of Detroit versus Albert Hicks Jr. Case number SP15008721. State your name for the record, please, Mr. Hicks.
Albert Hicks.
Today is the date and time we'll call it set for a pre-trial date. I see here.
This is supposed to be the trial. Excuse me, Your Honor. This is supposed to be the trial date.
It's supposed to be the pre-trial date, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Mr. Hicks, based on the nature of the allegation, the city's not going to give you an offer for this case. They want to see and speak with the officer, one being the gentleman you referred to off the record, Jonathan Rivas, and then there's another officer, Daniel Colgrove. Either one of those officers, they're both going to be summoned. I don't know what their testimony will be, but
I motion to dismiss.
Let me finish, and I'll let you speak, all right?
Yelling at me now?
Yes.
That constitutional?
All right?
Over. Okay.
So let me finish, and I'll let you speak. If you're not going to do it that way, you're either going to get out the room or you're going to be in, I'm going to lock you up. All right, so today is the date and time set for a pre-trial. And this pre-trial, the officer is not required to be here for a pre-trial. The pre-trial date is set in order for you to get an offer to either settle up the case, or in this case, we're setting a trial date. You have dates already set. The date motion due is going to be on May the 24th, 2024. The response to that motion, if the city chooses to respond, is going to be on May 31st, 2024. Your next court date that you need to be present is going to be on June 10th, 2024 at 8:35, with the jury trial set the next day on June 11th, 2024 at 9:35. Okay? Now, I'll let you speak, and we're going to end.
Is all of this on record?
This is all on record.
Is all of this on record?
Yes.
Okay, please send the information to my home, please.
I had to laugh a little when he threw in that final comment about having the court papers sent to his home. We all know what that usually means. He's probably setting the stage to claim he never received anything. It's a classic move in sovereign citizen cases: deny, deflect, then act surprised when things don't go their way. Honestly, if folks spent even half as much time learning how the law actually works as they do arguing against it, they might avoid a lot of these problems in the first place. But you really do have to wonder, how do people convince themselves that this logic makes sense? It's like there's a guidebook out there titled How to Lose in Court in 10 Easy Steps. On a more serious note, it raises real questions about mental clarity. To truly believe you can just opt out of the law? That's not just Confucians. Deep denial. It's strange to watch, even a little sad at times. If being completely disconnected from reality were a legal defense, a lot of these folks would be the first in line to use it. Anyway, what did you think of this guy? And more importantly, how do you feel the judge handled the situation? Personally, I think the judge showed a lot of patience, but part of me wishes he had issued a contempt charge, just to draw a clear line. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more court cases like this. Thanks so much for watching, take care, and we'll see you next time.